The City of Olean's water system is made up of several key components. For production, we have 3 groundwater wells at 2 treatment sites, known as well 18M and wells 37 and 38M. Each of these wells is capable of producing up to 1 million gallons of water a day, potentially giving us almost 3 million gallons of water a day. Built in 2002, we also have a surface water treatment plant located on River Street, and it is able to produce almost 4 million gallons of treated water each day. This finished water is then stored in 2 3 million gallon concrete storage tanks located at the southern end of the city. We also have a booster pump station that pumps water to a sub-development in a separate 200,000 gallon steel water storage tank. There are many miles of water mains varying from 4-inch to 24-inch that store and deliver the finished water. All of these together allow us to deliver nearly 2.5 million gallons of water a day to the residents of the City of Olean, Town of Olean, and Town of Portville. The well sites treat the water before pumping it to the distribution system. Air stripper towers remove volatile contaminants from the water, in particular trichloroethylene, also known as TCE. Chlorine is added to disinfect the water, and fluoride is added for dental health. Instruments monitor the treatment process and report readings back to the water plant's computer system. The surface water plant treats raw surface water before it can be safely sent to the water system. The Olean Creek provides us with an ample supply of raw water, even under the worst drought conditions. The Olean Creek watershed comprises over 500 square miles in Cattaraugus and Allegheny counties and includes the villages of Franklinville, Machias, Cuba, and even Cuba Lake. Water flows into the raw water sump pits located under the raw water pump station through intake screens at the creek. The water is pumped from the pits by large pumps and sent to the water plant a few hundred yards away, and that is where the treatment process begins. Various chemicals are stored in large storage tanks and added to the water at various points of the process. Coagulant is added to help settle out particles in the water. Sodium hypochlorite is added to disinfect the water. Fluoride is added to help promote dental health. Caustic soda is added to adjust the pH of the water for corrosion control. The process of treating the water follows these steps. After the water is pumped to the plant, coagulant is added and the water goes to the upper part of the plant. It moves through the basins with mixers slowly mixing the water, allowing the coagulated particles to clump together. Once the water reaches the settling plates, the large particles collect on the plates and settle out of the water, leaving relatively clean water to flow into the filters. The sludge is collected below and eventually pumped to the wastewater treatment plant. Just before the filters, we add our first dose of hypochlorite to begin disinfecting the water. From there, it flows to the top of the filters. Our filters are made up of a layer of anthracite coal and a layer of silica sand. The anthracite helps with taste and odor control, while the silica sand helps filter particles. An underdrain system supports the sand and the filters but allows the water to flow out. The water flows through these filters to remove the finer particles that did not settle out. This filtered water then has more hypochlorite added along with the fluoride and sodium hydroxide. The water then collects in a clear well beneath the water plant. Almost 1 million gallons of finished water can be stored here. Finally, large pumps pump the treated water out into the water distribution system. Operators monitor the process, along with the well sites and storage tanks, with our computer systems. Instruments throughout the plant monitor water quality and chemical dosages and report them back to the computer and operators. In the plant, we have a New York State certified laboratory where we test the water. We collect samples at various points of the process to make sure instruments are working properly. Samples are also collected at different locations throughout the water system. Among the parameters we check are chlorine residuals, turbidity, which is the cloudiness of the water, and for bacteriological contamination. Specifically, we test for total coliform bacteria, which are used as an indicator of the effectiveness of our disinfection process. Also, at our facility is our water distribution and meter crews. They are responsible for maintaining over 800 fire hydrants, 2,000 water valves, the city's side of over 6,000 service lines, and the many miles of water mains throughout the city. Over 6,000 water meters and transmitters are also maintained.